What's going on, guys? Seth here. Told you I had a new sword in. And for those of you that really know me, you probably already know what kind of sword this is. And we'll just try to get some good video of it real quick here. So, I guess behind every sword there is a story. At least for me. So anyway, let me just explain what this is. Get kind of comfortable. This is a 1095 Ryan sword. You're probably like hitting the floor like Seth bought a Ryan sword. Well, yeah, actually I own two. If you can believe that or not. Ryan swords are kind of one of those things, it's hit or miss. They, believe it or not, I have gotten some good. Well, I have one other good one. I've only bought 3. This is the 3rd one. I didn't really buy it for the performance aspect of it. I bought it for the story I'm about to tell you guys. So, about 2 years ago, I was just kind of getting back into swords, into collecting them. I had a Shiness Kaze, I had a Ronin Dojo Pro, and I had a Cold Steel Warrior. As you can tell, my knowledge of swords and good performing swords wasn't where it really needed to be. I was just choosing them based off of hype and, you know, what I thought was good. It wasn't until many years later that I was not, well, I won't even say many years later. It was like later in 2015 that I really started to learn more about, you know, good quality production pieces. And, you know, if you look out there, you can find some damn good quality production pieces. But you're not really interested in that probably right now. You're probably wondering why I bought this again. Alright, so the story goes, I was trying to find a sword for my birthday present to myself. I had heard about Ryan sword, I never dealt with them. I wasn't friends with John or Scott or anybody else that knew anything about it. So I was scrolling through their page, and all the swords pretty much look the same as, you know, your typical, you know, production Japanese style sword. And oh yeah, that's pretty cool pillow. Anywho, I came across this one. It was listed as a high quality, you know, quotation marks, Maru style 1095 high carbon steel, differentially hardened, yada yada yada. I was like, this looks really good. And the girl I was dating at the time, we lived together in this very apartment. I asked her what she thought. She liked it. Of course, she didn't know a whole lot about swords either. So I purchased it. It was the same price I paid for it this time. It was like $216, and you throw in like the shipping, and it was right at, you know, about $250, $260. Not a bad deal. So I got it, and I didn't know any better. I liked it. I didn't even know how to sharpen swords back then. I didn't use a belt sander. I used an AccuSharp. Yeah, cringeworthy, huh? So, you know, I was happy with it. I really liked it. And then I started learning more and more about swords and how bad the Ryan sword reputation was. And I was like, you know what? Let me just trade it in. And I regretted it. I had a lot of good memories with that sword. It was the first sword I ever cut bottles with. It was the first sword I ever cut anything with. Looks like Dora's done found something to play with. And this is not really a review, guys. This is more of me telling you a story. This isn't a sword I bought to actually go cut with. It's more of a sentimental thing. So let me get to the point. As I said, when I first got the other one, I noticed a mark on the blade that I remember asking Donnie Reed about. And I didn't know what it was. I mean, I didn't know what, cracks would look like. It just looked like a scuff. I asked him what he thought. He said I had to send it to him to be sure. I didn't want to mail a sword all the way across the country just to, whatever. So I forgot about it. Didn't really think about it that much. And I traded it in to, I think it was Matthew Jensen, along with 2 other swords. One was a Hanwei Tori XL that was really messed up. Like I said, I was still learning how to do everything with the sander. And like with this one, I ran this through a belt sander and you can barely really tell. Of course, you got the little line where I take the blade off, as always. And this one actually came out really well. I made extra sure to make sure I taped off the hamon and everything so nothing was scuffed. But anyway, I traded it in and I missed it. I mean, if it's possible to miss a sword, and you guys probably know what I'm talking about. You probably had some wall hanger or some, less than perfect or whatever type sword when you were first coming up and everything, and you kind of regret selling it. That was kind of the same thing. Plus, I had a lot of memories of it with my ex-girlfriend, who's no longer, we're no longer together. I've been single since then. So anyway, I traded it in, and the guy that ended up buying it from Matthew sent it to Donnie to be sharpened. Now, Donnie, I guess he remembered it being my sword. He noticed the blemish on the blade, and turns out it was actually a crack. It was somewhere toward the top of the blade. Now, I never had an issue out of it because I only cut water bottles and pool noodles with it. I never really cut anything hard. I didn't really put it through its paces. So, it was no big deal, but it was cracked. And I was asked about it. And I was like, was I aware? And I was like, no, I just thought it was a scratch. Me and Donnie had discussed it, blah, 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 blah. So I forgot about it again. And then later on that year, I get a notice on my door, hey, you got a package at the post office. I'm like, I didn't order anything. What the hell's going on? So I go down there and there's a long box with my name on it waiting for me. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I open it up and it's a version of this sword. It's a model of this sword, another copy of it or whatever. And I messaged Matthew and Donnie. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, well, I guess they sent you the sword by mistake. Can you send it back to us? Well, I wanted to buy it again. I have been kicking around the idea of just buying it just for the hell of it because, like I said, it meant a lot to me. If I could have a fixed version, I would appreciate it. So I offered to buy it from them. They refused, and not Matthew really. It was more Donnie. And I contacted Ryan Sword. I contacted everybody at the same time. So I sent Ryan Sword a message like, hey, I want to buy this sword that you guys sent me the wrong one or sent it to the wrong person. Can I just buy it and then you resend another one to the person it's supposed to go with? Ryan Sword got back with me and they said that's fine. But by then I'd already had a conversation with Donnie and I already sent the sword back to him. So they said because of my hassle and my trouble, they would give me a discount on a future purchase. So when I bought the Black Mamba Pro, which is the one I did the last cutting video with, I got a discount on that sword. And I forgot about this one again. So I was bored. I knew my vacation was coming up. And I was like, you know what, now would be a great time because it's been 2 years. Let me just go ahead and order this sword again, just so I can have it, just so I can, just have it for just memory's sake or whatever. So I rebought it again. It came in the mail today. I was actually surprised because I've only ordered 3 Ryan swords if you count the one that was sent to me by mistake, and they all end up at the post office. I was sitting here on the couch today when I heard a loud knock on my door, and as I'm opening the door, the guy that was delivering it, I guess he kind of works for the Chinese mail. I don't know, but he was Chinese, and before I could even open the door, like literally, he knocked, I was sitting here, I walked over here to answer the door. So between here to there, he was already filling out the I'm sorry you're not home type slip. And that's how I guess in the past, I've always had to go down to the post office to claim my sword if I ordered anything from Ryan Sword. So I caught him just in time. I mean, he was ready to stick the sticker on my door and go home. He was that impatient. I guess he works for UPS on the side. I don't know. Anyway, so here it is. Once again, I sharpened it and polished it up, cleaned it up a little bit. And to me, this is a beautiful sword. Do I trust it? No. Would I trust my life with it? No. Would I use it in a combat situation? No, unless someone was to kick down my door as I'm making this video right here and now. I would not use this for anything other than the occasional water bottle, conversation piece, and just, good memories. Because when I got this sword, a lot of good things were happening to me, at least the first go around. Me and my ex were doing great. Things were going well at work. I was making a lot of new friends online in the sword community. And it holds a lot of value to me, because I'm a sentimental person anyway. Now, I will say, I have examined the blade. I can't find anything wrong with it. There's no scratches or dings or dents or chips or cracks, anything like that. I did run a power tool over it, which is a sander. Nothing happened. I've done some dry cuts with it, some pretty hard dry cuts. And I may go cutting with it. I may just go have a cutting session with it with some bottles and just see how it does. I mean, what's the worst thing it can do? It can break and I can just get another one. But like I said, the main reason I bought this was just to kind of have a time capsule piece, some good memories. And like I said, to me, it's a very gorgeous piece. It's more eye candy than anything. Now this is, like I said, it's imitation leather, but it's done very well. I don't normally like Ryan sword, and I would never recommend them for anything at all. But in all honesty, I can't say me personally I've had a problem with them. They even gave me a discount. They've always given me the shipping number, the tracking, and they always send me pictures. So, it's it's a crapshoot. You take a risk when you order from them, and if you order from them, just realize that you're taking a risk. But the Black Mamba Pro I got, it came out pretty well. The first one of this, like I said, the crack in the blade, and I don't know, I like it. The blade's perfectly straight. Cat's way over there, by the way. She's on the outside. It's perfectly straight. It's got a pretty good amount of sorry to it. I don't know, I like it. Just a fun little sword. Looks good, and good memories. Anyway, guys, thanks for walking down this. Thanks for following me down this trip down memory lane. Just another story for you guys to really get to know me, I guess, and just kind of see where I'm coming from on this purchase. Now, Monday I have a Hanwei Tori XL Lite coming in, and there's also a story behind that one, and we'll get to that. The third one coming in, I'm not sure when it's coming. The tracking is not showing anything. I bought it from a guy in Sweden. He sold it to me as a Budo, but turns out it's not a Budo. It's some kind of, Anyway, it's some kind of something that John Pope was involved with. Anyway, when I get it, I'm going to send better pictures to John to find out for sure what it is I bought. And I may end up selling it. I'm not sure. It was an impulse buy, and I'm sure someone will love to own it if I'm not happy with it. If I don't want to keep it, I'm not going to sharpen it unless the person that buys it wants me to. Anyway, hey guys, that's it. Look for some more videos all this week. I'm on vacation. We will see you next time. Peace and say my name. You guys be safe out there.